What's going on, everybody? So it's Memorial Day weekend, and you know, it's Sunday today, and it's such a beautiful day. I don't know what the heck's going on, but I woke up, walked outside, it was 70 degrees, and it's almost June down here in Mississippi. So I was like, yes, I'm getting outside and I'm gonna do something. But one of the viewers of the video where I had, I put the muffler on there and I did sound clip, the Magnaflow. Somebody asked if I could do glass packs. I recently asked though if he wanted to hear the long ones or the short ones, but after looking underneath the S10, really my only option is running the short ones. But when I take that muffler out, I lose an X pipe. So today's video is actually going to be me building that X pipe, because honestly I've seen some that were made and they look crappy as hell, and my welds have gotten better and I really think I could do it. So we're gonna find out. So far what I have here, just starting off, is this right here. Basically it'll probably be something along those lines right there. So it'll be kind of a tight X pipe, so I'm not sure how it's gonna fit underneath my truck, but we'll look at that whenever the time comes. But I've learned now though that if you're looking to get the the smooth bend pipes, the ones that don't have that stupid crinkle crap going through here, Autozone seems to be the only one that has them these days. I've checked Advance, they have the crinkle ones, O'Reilly have the crinkle ones, and I cannot stand those crinkle ones. They look crappy, and I think I actually have some on the S10 right now. I hope I don't. I may have gotten rid of those, but I cannot stand that crinkle bend. But enough of that. Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to use those for this anyways, because that crinkle would bother it. But what I'm planning on doing with this here, what I did with those, is I'm probably going to cut it just like that one. I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut it right about here, and that'll cut that off, and then I'll trim that piece off. And then once I have that, then I'll come in and I'll cut that piece off, and yeah, then I'll have the pieces that I need. And I may have to modify it a little bit here and there with like the end pieces, because the way it's set up on the S10 right now is that on the, see if I remember, I think it doesn't really matter, but on one side it has the cup where it goes in, and then on the other side it's the pipe, and then the cup goes over it. So whatever it is, yeah, I'll figure that out, and I may have to do some cutting and modifying to get everything to fit just right, but it's going to end up working just fine. So let's go ahead and see what I get. Let's go ahead and do some cutting, and yeah, let's get this done. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. Basically I've made a mark, but I didn't hit the record button, which I thought I did, but that's okay. So basically I'm lined up with this exact same one that from the other 90, so that it's identical, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and trim it up here, right here. So headphone users be warned. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I got some pieces cut. As you can see, I have one, looks kind of funny because yeah, as you can see, I got a little carried away with my cutting, so we'll toss that aside. We don't care about that no more. We only need these pieces right here. But what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to butt these up right here, go ahead and weld up this end right here, and then I'll come in with the other side right there. And as you can see, I want to do this so I'll trim that down and get that perfect right there, so everything is precisely the way it needs to be. And then, like I said, then I'll put the other side on there, and honestly it's coming together fairly nicely. So let's go ahead and tack this thing up. We're not going to fully weld it obviously just yet. All right, so like I said, now that this is together, I got that little bit. I just need to go ahead and just trim it just right off, get rid of that. Okay, so as you can see, you have the nice one that I did properly, nice and shiny and everything like that. And then you got the one over here that clearly I did some terrible cutting on, but they'll end up going together. Something along those lines right there. And yes, I understand I will probably end up adding another flared end at the end, because I have one over there that I cut off already from another one. And they'll end up going, there's gonna be a little bit of a gap, but I can fill it in. It ain't gonna be a problem. But it looks like it's actually gonna work out pretty good. Now I will say though that if you're watching this trying to figure out how to go about doing it, then it's gonna be challenging, because I have a lot of like, not a little, you're gonna have to cut, and I mean, you see all the little pieces everywhere, all the little pieces all over there. You're gonna be cutting, and like, unless you've already got like a jig and you've done, you know, bunches of them already, then yeah, it's gonna be a little bit challenging. Unless you're trying to come in and make one of those ones underneath like a like a, I don't know what, a G body, or any one of those ones that have like where the exhaust true tools come down and it basically comes into it, you know, into an X like that. Those are fairly easy to make because it's literally just an X. But if you're trying to go tight like this, it will be challenging. Sometimes it may just be better off for you to just buy one because they're not that expensive, but I'm a bit cheap and I'd rather try to build one though, honestly. So that's what we did. And now I'm gonna go ahead and tack these together and kind of get an idea, and then I'm gonna go test fit it on the truck, make sure everything's gonna work out right, and then I'll go ahead and weld everything up. Okay, it's starting to resemble an X pipe now. This pipe right here, I may need to kick it just a touch, but it may not be that big of a problem. Like I said, I'm gonna leave these tack welds right here, and I'm gonna test fit it because it looks like this pipe's kind of kicked in just a touch, but like I said, I might be able to work that and be fine with it, because these things, they typically have a little bit of play in them, and that's basically what that's going to be going into one of those. So I may have, like I said, I may have the play I need for that. And look, see, I got it welded up right here. It's not the prettiest of welds, but if you've ever seen my welds, those are a lot better. Now there was a little bit of a gap there, you know, I was able to fill it in, no problem. That gap, on the other hand, could be a problem. So my thoughts is maybe going over with like that, you know, with something like that. You know, I could actually like, you know, weld it in and then beat it down into place and actually like, you know, form it to it a little bit. So I'm thinking about doing that because I don't want to have to sit there and fill in all of that area right there, because that's going to take forever to do. And it'll be easier for me to just go ahead and tack, and then just hammer it down into place, weld some more, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So that's probably what I'm gonna do and see what happens. Yeah, let's see if this is actually gonna work here. It may not work. Bump up that heat a little bit. I want to make sure this thing wasn't going anywhere. All right. Okay, so yeah, check it out. And I got it formed a little bit better, so now I can just run welds around all of that, and that should be a lot better. And then I can close up that little gap, no problem. And all this stuff, there ain't gonna be nothing to that right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this thing up, and because I'm starting, well, I say I'm starting to run out of light, but I probably still got another like 3-4 hours worth of light, so we're good. Hey, check her out. So I wish I didn't have this one little section right here, but I mean, other than that, she doesn't look too bad. I had to, like I said, I had to add on this piece up here to make it even right like this, and then I'm gonna run some pipes out, and I'm gonna probably stagger the glass packs coming out there. I think that's gonna be the only way that works, unless I end up having to do them over here, but we'll figure all that out tomorrow. I'm not fitting them up there today, but what I am going to do today, though, while I'm waiting till tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and paint this. I have some high temp aluminum paint, and so I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up with that, so it kind of makes it look a little better. I grinded it down a little bit, trying to get rid of some of the high points, you know. And I'm just gonna go ahead and spray her down so she looks uniform, and yeah, let's see what she looks like. All right, there she goes. Now she's all uniformed, all one solid color. You don't have that, I mean, you still have that, but I mean, yeah, looks good. I mean, okay, she doesn't look good, she looks acceptable. Yeah, it looks acceptable. So all right, so like I said, tomorrow I will focus on installing it and the glass packs, because I have a user that wants to I have a viewer that would like to hear what the glass packs sound like on an LS. So we go, like I said, I have no problem doing that, and but I wanted to continue having my X pipe. So I wonder though, yeah, look inside there. Woo. You can see it turns and it meets up, and I don't know how well it's gonna do, honestly, but yeah, we'll see, won't we? I'll see you guys later. Bye.